Welcome to Entry Point Virtual Church. We are so glad that you've joined us today.
The most important lesson...
Not to lie.
Even if it hurts, you have to be honest.
I've lied a couple of times, and I don't feel right about that.
The most important lesson for me has been not to place too much value in other people's opinions.
Chances are no one is thinking about you as much as you think they are.
Don't hit the brakes in a Ford Probe going about 80 miles an hour when it turns from pavement to gravel.
Take it easy.
Not to get so overwhelmed, not to stress.
I think that it's very unhealthy to hang on to things that are bothering you.
To treat others as you want to be treated.
To not fight anymore.
I can understand defending yourself, but there's literally no reason you should ever try to hurt somebody.
Probably forgiveness is the most important thing that you can do. No matter what they've done, forgive, so that you're not holding that hurt or that hatred. I feel like I judge people too much sometimes, so I would like to not do that.
You don't know what's going on in everyone's life.
And maybe they're not having a great day.
Don't judge all the time.
Accept everyone where they are for who they are, starting with yourself.
Not hating yourself for the things that you've done.
Learn from your mistakes.
Try to have only one wife.
Keep your family as close as you can.
The most important lesson I learned was from my mom, who at 67 after retiring was taking another nursing test. If you're not learning, you're dying, so keep learning.
We just simply don't know the answers.
But as you get older, you realize how absolutely clueless you truly are.
And that's okay.
Listen to your heart.
Invest in yourself, do what you love.
Really put your heart into everything that you do, into things that you deem important.
At the end of the day, you're the only person that's with you 24/7, and why not do what you want to do?
You gotta be who you are.
Appreciate yourself, like yourself.
Gotta love myself so that I can love others.
That is an amazingly powerful thing.
It's better to have loved and lost than never loved.
Just to be present.
You get more out of your life by living it now.
Finding a way to care about other people.
Not stop giving.
Always hope for a better life for everyone.
Seeing how grateful people are when you help them goes a long way.
I knew she was gonna be
Hi, this is Tom Riddle, your roving reporter.
You have to have a lot of faith and trust in whoever supports you. It's like my husband, he supports us, and he really believes that there is a cure and that we should band in this together and support each other and really, increase our happiness in the little things.
Well, on the funny note, I could say people really do have faces, I promise. Things are not always what they seem, and just like that, so quickly things can change.
And being able to be patient in very hard circumstances has been something that I've had to learn working in a pandemic right now. So I would say just as a nurse, it's been difficult but yet rewarding.
I would say one of the best lessons I've learned is you can't always control.
Is just appreciate the smaller things in life that we so took for granted before.
Please join me in prayer. God of all gifts, giver of grace, creator of the universe, we are grateful for the blessing of life and the nourishment from earth that sustains life, for the love we share that grows life. We are grateful for your beauty that surrounds us and reminds us of your presence and your majesty in abundance. We are grateful for the love of family and friendship, for the fellowship of community and church. We are grateful for struggle, pain, and challenges we endure, for these are our best teachers and growth opportunities. We are grateful for your peace, your serenity, your courage, your wisdom, your forgiveness. We are grateful for your unconditional love and the ability you have to take our deepest sorrows and weave them into a pattern for good. From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road, we are grateful. Amen.
Yeah, in the past year or so since the pandemic has hit and quarantine and all that stuff has been going on, it's been pretty tough, but I've also, learned some stuff in more recent history since I've moved to Atlanta, so the past month, being not under my parents' roof anymore, but being on my own and living in this pandemic quarantine environment, it's really taught me to do my best to be self-sufficient, because I have to be alone anyways, but I need to, it's helping me improve my independence and whether it's making food or being a responsible member of society by wearing my mask or cleaning my apartment, just stuff like that. It's just been a really good time for me to kind of find my independence and work on being self-sufficient.
This has been a wild ride, especially to start out freshman year at college. I think overall the biggest lesson that I learned is that it doesn't need to end. You've got to keep moving forward. I see all my teachers, this campus, even the other students here that realize that you just need to keep moving. You need to keep working, keep up on your studies, because everyone's trying their best to maintain what little sense of normalcy that is left. So I've really learned just to keep focusing on what I need to do and not drag myself into this hole of self-doubt. I think it'll probably lead into how I act in the future. I need to try my best to not wallow in any sort of pity based on the actions around me. I need to focus on me and how others will support me. and just continue moving forward. I suppose some smaller ones could also be just interacting with people, which I know is odd considering everything else that the world is trying to tell us, but right now it's kind of told me that I need to speak to people, that I need to reach myself out there if I want to succeed. Like, working alone like this has just shown me that honestly, you can do well, but it feels a bit lackluster overall. But by working together in these groups, even from a distance for certain classes, it really shown me that we can create something big and do what we need to do. This whole semester has been a lot, but it really has taught me to just push onward and help and be helped by people around me.
I would say that one of the key things I learned through the pandemic is that I feel like the environment in which you kind of work and live in really has a strong effect on how motivated and how productive you are, and also in regards to just how your general happiness and how you feel. But I feel like this the productiveness really impacted me, because kind of like when the pandemic hit and colleges sent everyone home, including myself, and we had to go to working virtually. I went from kind of having friends around and also being here at Rose, where I can have meet with group members, talk to face with people, of course. But then when I went back to my home, everything I did was done by sitting at my computer with my two screens in front of me, and either talking to people through a webcam or through email or other text exchanges. And I found it very, very easy to slip into kind of just letting time fly away. It was like every day was like a weekend back in high school. I would sleep in till much farther past noon than I should. I would spend several hours gaming, and then I'd ask my parents what's for dinner. Another thing that I realized is that text forms of communication are terrible. Last spring and during the summer as well, it was so awful to just send an email, wait a day for a response, send an email back, wait a day for a response, send an email, wait 2 days for a response. Like, it takes a week to get the thing that you're wanting to do done. Same thing could have been finished in 15 minutes if it was in person.
I feel, even though I'm at Purdue, I finished my first semester, I'm back for the second, there was no transition. I went from being an online senior to an online freshman. And there was it was like, how am I supposed to navigate this? Because I wasn't taught in person how to do school online, which I think was definitely very hard. It's an added stressor. I was talking to my roommate yesterday about COVID is just an added stressor. Like, oh, do I have my mask? Like, oh, is someone looking at me while I take this drink of water at the gym? Oh, this, it's just a stressor on the back of your mind that's just taking away from kind of just the joys of what this could be right now. As much as it's incredibly sad to me to see my younger brother sitting in his room all day doing school and seeing everybody walking around campus with a mask on and trying to learn, it's that this generation, there was no ifs, ands, or buts on whether or not you could stop. You just kept going. You have to be flexible because things are always changing, and that, you can get through this. Of course, this probably will be some of the most challenging times that I will have in my life. And I don't really think I quite realize it until we're going to be a few years out and be like, wow, that really was really tough. I mean, just being flexible is truly what I feel like I've definitely learned. And just in general to truly just not take for granted everyday life. I forget what it's like to smile at someone in the grocery store, and the kind of that sudden joy you get from that, whereas now everyone just has these kind of looks like angry eyes with the mask on. So, but definitely the one thing that has kept me able to power through this is my faith, and the fact that we have had we've had no consistency the past year. Everything's changing constantly. We're constantly being told different things. Classes were switched for me last semester from in-person to online. But it's the one thing is that Jesus was the same yesterday. Jesus is the same today. Jesus is the same tomorrow. And just how, he is the fountain of happiness. And when everything's stripped away, that's still consistent. And I can attest to the fact that, I've been sad about all of this. I've been angry about all of this. But the one thing that I've been able to continue to be a student at Purdue and be a friend and be who I am is just because of my faith and knowing that that is going to be consistent in my life.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
We're glad that you watched our service today. Please tune in next Sunday At that service, Speaker Betty Ellison will encourage us to take a special look at the forgotten branches in our family history.
Have a great week. Amen.